Hey everybody, this is my brand new 14.5-foot Riot Edge touring kayak that I've been talking so much about. I've been really excited about it, and unfortunately this is the only video we're going to get of it because I am taking it back to the store tomorrow. I find it to be very uncomfortable, and so we are just going to talk about what I find uncomfortable about it. But before I go any further, I want to make it perfectly clear that my only experience in kayaks is in the recreational style, which by design are open and roomy and spacious, and I can move around and get comfortable, etc. I understand that these touring kayaks by design are very narrow and sleek, and you're not going to have a lot of room in there. I understood that going into it, but I'd never actually experienced being in one of these kayaks. And so what I find for me, again, not bashing this particular kayak or anything, but what I found was that I had to sit with my legs splayed open in a very wide fashion that was uncomfortable at my pelvis, and my knees have to go up underneath of these knee brace areas. There's no room for movement once my knee is in there. It is just in there, and I cannot make any adjustments to get comfortable at all. If I try to bring my legs up and forward and bring my knees together so my pelvis isn't so splayed out, then it doesn't work up here. My feet don't reach the pedals correctly, and of course I've got this, for all intents and purposes, a sharp edge pressing against the outside of both of my legs. So there's no option except to keep my legs just wedged up under there with my knees splayed open in, again, a very uncomfortable position. Furthermore, what that does is it forces my heels together down here, and that makes both of my feet splayed out in opposite directions, which again is very uncomfortable on my feet and my ankles. And then the icing on the cake is the fact that it doesn't even have what I think of as genuine foot braces. What it has is rudder pedal controls. And if you'll notice, it's got a rudder on the back. Now, my recreational kayak has foot pedals that you can lock your feet into, and you can put pressure on them, and then above that pedal is the piece that moves, and that's what manipulates the rudder. So I still have pedals I can lock my feet into. This simply has pedals that slide back and forth, and if this one goes this way, this one comes this way, and they're not pedals. There's nothing you can lock your feet into. They're just rudder controls. They just slide back and forth, and every time my toes are touching them and I've got the rudder stowed in its little position, it's banging back and forth, and it's turning this way and that way, and like every time my feet touch those pedals, it's moving that rudder around. They're not really foot pedals that you can just lock your feet into and get locked in. So I'm sort of forced to be locked in at the knees, but I have no real way of really actually locking in with my feet. And so again, I really wish I'd sat in it at the store, because that's all it took was about 30 seconds of me sitting in it, getting it adjusted, getting the seat positioned, and then realizing, like, are you serious? This is it? And nope, I just got right back out of it, and it's going back to the store tomorrow. So if I had sat in it on the floor at the store, we wouldn't even be shooting this video, and we wouldn't even have been talking about it. I'm sure it is just fast as can be. It just looks so sleek and beautiful. I'm really, really sad that I got to take it back, but if I was that uncomfortable within the first 15 seconds of sitting in it, there's no way I'm dropping $1,000 on a kayak that I'm going to be that uncomfortable in immediately. So the quest will continue, and I will try to keep looking for some additional kayak that's a little more sleek than the big fat recreational one I have. But in the meantime, this one is not going to be it, so we'll be heading back to REI to drop it off tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you real soon in the next one.